Hello everyone, Morp here, and welcome to my guide on sneak damage and stealth for beginners. On this guide, we're going to be covering the basics of sneaking, covering agility. We're going to cover headshots and VATS crits, along with the added damage that you can get from perks and from food. And to start off, I'm going to cover my basic Bloodied build and the Unyielding Armor, along with my perks and mutations. And near the end there, we will show you all the food buffs and stuff that I will be using. But to start, I'm going to be going as basic as I can to just cover the general gist of everything. All right, we are here inside West-Tech, and we are going to go over all of the ways that sneaking damage can affect your overall damage and all the benefits of being stealth and sneaking around. So let's go over the gist of what I'm going to be doing for testing here. So I've taken off my follow through. I have no other perks in here. I do have concentrated fire just so I can switch between the headshots and the body shots. This will get additional damage per shot, but I put it down to 1 star, and I'm gonna try to only do like 1, maybe 2 shots per limb or per enemy. So hopefully it doesn't stack up too much. I have awareness on so that we can make sure that their armor is as low as possible. I don't just so we can get some good numbers and not have the their armor affecting it. And I do have the tank killer on just to get the most amount of armor pen that we do have. And I am using an anti-armor with the armor penetration fixer, and that's all that is on this. It has some extra sneaking, which is good, and sneaking speed. Other than that, we have a damage of 89, and so the other perks that we got, I have everything else up. I have Tenderizer off, follow through is off. I do have Nerd Rage on, as well as Bloodied Mess, but those are going to be permanent on there. I'm going to be below health, so at no point will the damage go up or down because they're on. It'll be the same. Other than that, I have critical savvy on, which is going to be good for when we're showing the crits because I'm bloodied and I have 33 luck. Every time that I do a crit, I'm going to go down to 45% crit meter, and with a 33 luck, each shot that I do will fill it up completely, so every second shot will be a crit. But I have the better criticals off for now because we're going to show that, we're going to put it on to show that actually helping us. As well as in agility, I have the Covert Operative, which is going to be giving us an additional 50%. And yeah, the Escape Artist we're going to go over here to show how that's going to be increasing our ability to sneak around and stuff. And rock and roll. We also will show the sneak card here. It's actually near the end here, which will really get us to the point where we can sneak around at will in here and basically punch stuff in the face before they'll even notice that we're there. So that's our setup here. So let's go over the general basics here of sneaking. So the thing that is going to make us really awesome is in the agility tree. I have 36 luck, and agility is the measure of your overall fitness and reflexes, basically your ability to like move around, sneak around, that kind of thing. And it affects the amount of action points that you have. I'm up to 427, and your ability to sneak. Now I am getting that because of the effect that I have in my specials. I have 15 points, 5 of which is on my legendary cards. Here I do have the 5 points in agility, and so a total of 15. I'm getting the rest from my armor. I have a full set of Unyielding Armor. Each piece of armor, and I have 5 of them, give me an extra 3. So I'm getting 15 agility from the points. I'm getting 15 from the armor, and the rest I am getting from my mutations. I'm in a team, even by myself here, So I'm getting an additional 2 points of agility from herd mentality. That's 2 points there. And I'm getting an additional 4 points from bird bones, which is the additional 6. 6 there, 15 from gear, and 15 from my points, getting me to the grand total of 36. There are other ways that you can get more with food buffs and with different stats. You can have agility on your armor and stuff. But this is what I'm going with now. So we're going to go and show. I have no other sneaking perks on. So you'll notice here that as I'm moving around, I am making some noise. So if you notice that hidden bar is going backwards and forwards. And there I made enough noise for him to kind of be cautious. He knows that some noise was made over here. So I'm not in combat, but he can kind of tell that something was going on here. Now if I just kind of stay out here, kind of away out of his line of sight, a little bit I go back into hidden. So the first card that we're going to put on to increase that is going to be an agility. And it's going to be Escape Artist. Now what this is going to do is sneak to lose enemies and running no longer affects stealth. Let's say that we are in combat and I do engage him here. Yep. Now I can leave the room and I can go and sneak, and we're in danger right now, but it's going to increase the ability for me to get back out of combat. So I'm back in caution now. He was kind of just shooting in that general direction, got lucky on a shot on me. But the biggest thing that card is going to do for us is the running no longer affects stealth. And running doesn't actually mean like sprinting. It just means like my feet basically stop making noise. Now if you notice here, I can go back in here, and right where I was before, if you notice my hidden bar is not going back and forth. So you basically, in order for me to be seen, I need to be like right up in front of their face. If you see here, yeah. So I really needed to be right up on him to get into combat. And now with that perk, sneaking over here got me out of combat as well. So we're going to add on the next perk here, and that is going to be the actual card of Sneak, which is going to give us 75% more reduction, make them 75% chance less that they're going to find us when we're sneaking. So with this card, we really can just go right up into their faces before we get seen here. So let's go show that in practice here. So I can go basically right up on him. Otherwise, if he's not looking at me, I can sneak right around here and go right up to the dog here. And they kind of know something's going on, but I really had to get like right up on him to get into combat. And I should just go over here and be able to sneak and get out of combat really easily. That can be increased with sneak as a 3rd star on armor, which I don't have on me right now. But you can get an additional 25% with having 1 piece on there and really be sneaky. So other than that, we're going to move on to the actual damage stuff here. So if we look at our weapon that we are going to be testing with here, you will see that it is an anti-armor with 40% armor penetration and sneaking speed and stealth and shadows. And the damage is 89. I also have on the tank killer here. That's going to give us more chance of ignoring armor. It's not going to you can't get to 100% armor penetration. It stops at around 90%. But this is just kind of a little bit extra here. And I also have awareness on, so that when we do go into VATS here, we will be able to see the amount of armor that they have. Yep. You see here, up there, the ballistic defense that they had was 2. See this guy, his defense is 8, and we can't really get much lower than that. So we're gonna go, and I'm going to stand up so that we don't have any actual sneaking bonus. any sneaking damage. So we're gonna get a base number, and I'm gonna try to hit the same guy over and over because the different enemies actually have different health, and they take a little bit different amount of damage here. So we're gonna go in here. All right, so I got an 88 on him, and with the fixer, the damage is 89. So I mean, it's close enough. Here, we'll get this guy here too. Oop, I was actually sneaking there. I'm gonna stand up here, and I'm gonna go take a shot at the dog here. So 88 as well. So you see that with the weapon, I'm basically breaking through all their armor. There's just like 1 point less because the one had two ballistic defense, and the other one had 8. We'll see again here. 88. That's about the best that we're gonna get it here. So our escape artist made it so that we could just crouch and we got out of combat there. Okay, so now let's add on the sneak bonus that we got. Since it was 88 when we're standing up, all we're going to be changing now is going to go down to a crouch position and be attacking from hidden. We'll see what we get now. Where'd it go? We got 136 there. Get one on the dog as well. Should be right about the same. 136. Go back out here and sneak. Alright, so 88 to 132 is 1.5 times. So basically it's adding half of that extra damage is going to be on the sneak. So it's doing the base damage 88 plus a half. So an extra like 44-ish, a little bit more. Show here again. Oh. 136, so it's a little bit more than half extra damage there. And also, just so you know that when you are in caution, I'm still technically in sneaking damage, so that's how I am still getting the extra little bit there. 136, 136. If we were standing up, it would be 88. So it's like 1.5 with a little bit extra there. So that is sneaking damage. So now we're going to show the increase in damage for a crit. I'm going to do it standing up first. So the crit damage for 88 is our base number. I'm going to go in here and get a crit saved up. Alright. So we do have a crit saved up here. Let's make sure we're healed so these guys don't kill us. So to engage a crit, I'm clicking Q. Once I have set them in line in sight, I'm clicking Q to engage VATS here. And you see the bar down at the bottom shows that my crit bar is full. I'm going to click the space bar. I'm actually going to hold down the space bar so that the next crit, the next time I shoot will be a crit. So here we go. It's 160. I'll do it one more time. So this shot will fill up my crit bar. This next one, I'm going to hold down the space bar. It'll be 160. So it's not exactly double, but it's close to double-ish. 88, 170, 176 would be double. But it's close. Not quite double. I am doing a edit here real quick because of the fact that I did not equate in the 50% crit from the Eagle Eyes. I have taken Rad X to suppress all my mutations. So my damage numbers will be different because also I have my adrenal reaction that is taken off, so I'm going to be doing less damage. So let's go in here real quick and get a baseline of damage here on the body. We've got 63. I do have my follow-through legendary perk on. So we are going to attack somebody else here real quick. Alright, we are going to find somebody to hit. So 63, the base number. So I'm going to be doing a standing crit now to see the percentage increase. Up to this guy. It's 112. 112 there, which equals to just a little bit less than we had with the increase from the, what was it, about 1.81. This is about 1.77. So the Eagle Eyes 50% crit plus the actual crit damage that you get. I don't know which one is being wonky, because I would need to really fully test it by getting rid of every single one of my mutations and putting them on one by one. So one of them, I'm assuming the Eagle Eyes 50% extra is not really adding in properly, because it should be higher, but it doesn't appear to be. So anyway, just keep that in mind for the rest of the video, that the numbers are a little bit weird because of that extra Eagle Eyes mutation. But so those are our numbers so far. We got 88, we got 136 for the sneak damage, and now a crit is a there. So we're gonna add all three together now. I'm going to do a sneak crit on the body here. Let's get out of combat. We're going to add all the multipliers here. So I'm in combat. I'm going to hold down the crit bar. And we're going to hit for 207. We'll get one more here to show you all three. So I'm getting extra damage from sneaking. And I'm getting extra damage from doing a crit as well. Alright. So I hit him once to get the crit filled. Here we go. Here's our crit. So 207 is our number for adding sneaking plus a crit. Okay, so it's not exactly 2.5 extra damage for doing those, but it's close. Like 2.35 extra damage. So now we're going to add on our next thing, which is going to be a headshot. So we're going to do it the same fashion here. I'm going to be standing up, and we're going to go and hit him in the head here. So that one, it was 176. So a headshot is exactly double damage. It was 88, and the headshot is times 2, 176. So now we are going to add all three different types of damage here. We have a crit ready here. I'm going to add sneaking, I'm going to add a crit, and I'm going to add a headshot. And remember that the original damage that we're doing is 88 on this weapon. Well, 89, so 88. So we'll go into here, and we'll show you what we get. So I have a crit. I'm holding down the space bar. We got 414. Now that is the added bonus of doing all of the different types of sneak damage, which is really, really awesome, and why this type of build is so overpowered. Now, let's go over some additional ways that we can increase that amount of damage. So if we go into agility here, I'm going to add, there's this one card, doing the Covert Operative, excuse me. Now, the amount of sneak damage that we're doing, just the sneak part of it, just from crouching, is going to be 50% more. And now, this is not going to multiply in everything. Like it's just going to be that amount of sneak damage that we were getting from the original test of just crouching. Just that base number, basically about half. So we should get about 44-ish, kind of in that range, about half more damage. So if that setup that we just did about 414, this should be kind of in the range of about 460-ish. Let's get a crit saved up here. Alright. We have a crit saved. Let's try to do the same super mutant or so. So we're gonna get a sneak, we're gonna get a crit, we're gonna get a headshot plus the extra 50% just for the sneak portion. Should be about 460-ish, 461. So that one does not multiply everything. It's just gonna do that little extra, but it's still an extra nice little extra bit. Now, additionally on that, we are going to add the better criticals in here. The better criticals is going to do the same thing. This is adding 50% just to the sneak portion of that damage from our weapon of the 88. It's adding half of that. And the sneak that we were getting, it's going to add 100% extra of that sneak damage. And we will bust out the numbers here. So let's go and save up another crit in here. We got a crit saved up. We want to use it on a super mutant. So the numbers are going to be slightly different because some of these super mutants have a little bit different armor on them. But let's go ahead and shoot this guy. So this is going to be a headshot sneaking crit with both the Covert Operative and the better criticals on. Actually, you know what? Just for this, let's take off that. Let's just do just the criticals because we had 414 and that added about 41-ish to get us about 460. So let's see what this one does. I think that super mutant has a little bit different armor. Let's do the one that looks the same as the one we got, like this guy. So instead of adding like 41, this should add about 88, I believe. So we should get to about 490, I believe. Let's go and do this. He doesn't sneak around from us. 490, a little bit more. We got 509 there. So let's... Alright, so we got that 136 just for the sneak shot. So let's add the other one into there. We'll get our Covert Operative. Alright, let's sneak to kind of get out of combat here. Let's let our escape artist do its job here. So now it was 414-ish without the Covert Op and without the better criticals on. So now we're adding both of them. So let's see how much damage we can get with a sneak headshot crit with those two on as well. I don't want to shoot the dog. We want to shoot the dude here. Here we go. 556. So you can see that having all of those on is adding just a serious amount of extra damage. And keep in mind again that this weapon that I'm using is 0 stars. Excuse me, it is a 1 star. I'm just getting armor penetration. And armor penetration does not add any extra damage. All it's going to be doing is mitigating the armor that they have. And I'm adding on the perforating magazine. So getting to that magic number of 90% armor penetration. Thereby basically making the weapon do its full damage. They don't have any armor kind of stopping me from it. So we're going from the 89 damage all the way up to 560 now with our sneak plus our crit plus our headshot. Let's do it again here. This one's not going to be a crit. This one will be here. So 556. So very, very, very cool. So the last thing that we're going to do here is we're going to add on our food buffs and everything. Because there are other things you can do to increase it even more. I'm going to get my blight soup here. Actually, I'm just going to go ahead and do everything here. Get my carrot soup, my stuff. And what these buffs are going to be doing is giving us I'm getting an additional 100% crit. So we're getting 100% crit from better criticals, 100% crit from our better criticals, 100% from blight soup. I'm getting 4 perception from the carrot soup. The potato salad's giving me more maximum AP, which is really nice, getting me up to 467. The Mute Fruit's just some extra agility, making me be able to sneak around a lot better. And the Company Tease is giving me more AP regen, so my AP fills up a lot quicker when I'm out of combat, like when I stop shooting. So we're just going to go and show, and also I'm going to go ahead and, before we put back on the other perks, let's just go and show that extra damage. It looked like we were getting about 560, 565. Let's see what this Blight Soup's gonna do. It should add, I think it should get us around 600-ish something per shot. Get super mutant though, not the dog. Alright, let's see what we get on this guy's head. Alright, so this one will be the crit. So 652. So definitely a really nice sizable increase. Let's do one more. Let's try to get like a super mutant that not the one with a big white helmet. So with everything adding all up together, just with these perks, going from 88 to what we got here. All right, here's our 652. 652. And now we're going to add on our final thing that I use in my build. We're going to get the Tenderizer over here, and this is going to make it so that after I do a shot on him, my next shot is going to be better. Let's show that right here. So we were showing 419 and 652. So this one was 419. So, or sorry, not 419, 319, excuse me. So this one will be even more than the 650. That'll be 680. And that was the increase of that Tenderizer doing a little bit of extra damage for the next 10 seconds here. 10% more damage. And so the way, and also, actually, let's figure out the math on that. If it was 10%, going from 450 up to 480 was 30 more damage. 10%. I think some other little things might be multiplying in there. We got 199, 420, 427. Anyway, I'm not sure exactly how the math works on that one. But let's add on the other one as well, our follow through. This one does the same thing. Once we do a ranged sneak attack, if we follow through with another attack, it will do 40% more damage. So let's get another guy and do our 319 on him. So 319 for the first shot, and that's with Tenderizer and follow through. Oop, sorry, I moved a little bit too fast there. So we'll get our 319, and now 823. So with our follow through, with our Tenderizer, with all of our perks on, we are doing almost 10 times the amount of damage just with this setup. And this is why doing a VATS sneak critical setup with Blight Soup is really, really, really awesome. And now we can get our damage up further, and I'm just going to basically demonstrate my full build here. I'm going to put on my Commando builds, and I'm going to get on my Bloodied Fixer. And you will see here that my Bloodied Fixer does 157 damage. So let's go and shoot. But I am going to have a lot. I have a lot less armor with this on. I do have 40% of armor, and actually, let's put on our awareness perk in here. Let me take off my concentrated fire, and I will put on just 1-star concentrated fire. You can see that instead of having 8 armor or 8 defense, they're going to have a lot more. So up to 14, 288 there, or 284. Get another super mutant here. You see he has 32 armor, so I'm not going to be breaking through completely as much. But here's my crit. We got 840, and with the faster fire rate fixer, it's really hard not to shoot 2 bullets. And with my playstyle, I just keep my thumb down. Basically, every time that I'm in VATS, my thumb is just holding down the space bar. So when I just tap the mouse once, it shoots 2 bullets. That was 291 and 500 and something something. And now, let's keep on going. Kind of just show a little demonstration of how awesome this build is. I'm just going to walk around here. Basically, I can just keep my thumb down. I just can tap Q. Tap the mouse once. Pew pew. That was 852 and 400. That was 400. The numbers kind of stack on themselves. They're a little bit hard to see. But being bloodied and having the 33 luck that I do, 33 luck enables me to have a full crit fill. Here I have 33 luck, so, and that along with the critical savvy, every time I use a crit, I go down to 45% of my crit filled bar, and 33 luck each shot will fill it up back up to 100%. So that is why Bloodied crits every second shot. That is going here. Just tap the mouse once. Faster fire, it's going to shoot twice. Faster fire, it's going to shoot twice. But pretty much everything's just a one-tap shot in here. So anyway, if you guys enjoy this content, please make sure to click like and subscribe and click the notification bell if you guys want more testing stuff. And I have a link down to my Discord down below if you want to come and hang out. And yeah, if there's anything you guys want me to test out or go have some fun, just please let me know. And we will see you guys out there in the wasteland.